After a couple weeks of training camp, we have a little better idea what's good and not so good with the Las Vegas Raiders. Just a little. I'm hoping to know more after their first preseason game of the 2025 season against the Seattle Seahawks Thursday night. The linebacker core was supposed to be a Raider weakness, but it didn't look like it in the training camp, and head coach Pete Carroll sounds good about it. Same thing at the corner position. I think the defensive line is still good despite losing Christian Wilkins, and the offensive skill positions are going to be next level. The question on this team now is the offensive line. My bad for not paying too much attention to them before, but I am now and will do so up until the regular season starts. That's an important unit. The competition on the interior offensive line is something I'll be looking very closely at. Last year, a Remington Award winner for Best Center in college, Jackson Powers Johnson, was moved to guard because they stayed with Andre James as center. He wasn't a bad guard, but when James got hurt, Powers moved to center, and he was an absolute beast at the position, and he made the offensive line better. I think he was thinking a little too much at guard because it isn't his natural position. The best we saw the offensive line look last year was when Powers was at center and Jordan Meredith was at guard. Then this year comes and the new regime comes in and moves Powers to right guard and Meredith to center. They say it's still a competition at the center position, but it looks like Meredith is at least the guy they want to win the center spot. When Carroll was asked about putting Meredith at center, he talked about his metrics and analytics, but that's what he did as a guard. If you already have a good guard and a good center, why make them switch positions and have them learn new things? That's why I really don't like this move. I hope I'm wrong. I'll be paying close attention to it though. I'll also be paying close attention to Powers' battle with Alex Coppa for the right guard spot. When healthy, Coppa's been a good guard. He was starting at guard for Tom Brady and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers in their last Super Bowl win. He parlayed that into a big contract with the Cincinnati Bengals to protect young star quarterback Joe Burrow, and his first year was good. Then he started getting injured, and it would hamper his performance the last few years. That would lead to the Bengals cutting him this offseason and GM John Spytek, who was with them in Tampa Bay, giving him another shot. He's even with Powers on the depth chart at right guard right now, so it's not going to be easy to beat him out. This kind of makes me wonder though. Powers likes playing center, so are they trying to motivate him to play guard? Not too long ago at a presser, interior defensive lineman Adam Butler said he's going to be an all-pro guard. They can be trying it from the negative motivation point of view too. Is Coppa enough of a threat to get him to focus in a little more out of fear of not starting at all? Either way, it looks like they want Meredith to start at center and Powers to start at right guard, so I'll be watching for it. Left guard Dylan Parham is another guy I'll have my eyes on. His metrics and analytics, as Carroll put it, have been solid, but he hasn't been the big dominant mauler that I hoped he'd be. Because of that, big studly interior defensive linemen give him trouble in the running game and passing game at times. I don't know about you, but I want a big dominant road grader that can move guys off the ball, especially with Ashton Jeanty running the ball. Parham's also struggled at times to stand up to bull rushes when big studly interior defensive linemen line up on him. Parham's scrappy and has no quit in him, but again, I want to see physical dominance. I also want to know if he's different now in year 3. When he first came into the league, he was 6'3", 311 pounds. Then I noticed last year the Raiders listed him at 285 and he was noticeably smaller. Now he's listed at 332 pounds and he's bigger. That made me wonder if he had some kind of undisclosed illness that dropped him down to 285 pounds and he got back up to and over his original weight. This is his contract year, so we gotta have it. DJ Glaze is probably the guy on this Raider offensive line that concerns me the most. As a rookie last year, the Raiders gave him a good amount of help. They had running backs and tight ends chipping in on this side, so the fact that he only allowed 3 sacks last year is a little misleading. They do that with a lot of rookies in the NFL, so this isn't to say he isn't good or he can't do it. This is to say that he's still an unknown to this point. As far as run blocking goes, he looked like he's going to be that guy at right tackle. Glaze has 34 and 7/8 inch long vines for arms, and once he gets his hands on you, he got you. That's what you look for in a right tackle, as it comes in handy on zone stretch plays, which mainly go to the right side. That's actually where most running plays go, period, and Glaze is a good one to have on the play side, and I figure he'll be even better at it this year. Speaking of better at it this year, Glaze really needs to make that jump to year 2 in pass protection. He's going to have to be able to block his man one-on-one, because if he keeps getting help, opposing teams will start blitzing to force him into more one-on-one blocking. Left tackle Colt Miller just got his $66 million, so there's no competition there. Plus, we already know what he is, so there's no need to talk about him. But we are going to get a chance to look at some of the competitions and more concerning parts of the offensive line. It's going to be a short look, so really we're going to have to look forward to next week's joint practices with the San Francisco 49ers. The 49ers have a good defensive line, so we're really going to see who's who. Is Meredith going to be able to make the transition to center? Is Powers going to be able to make the transition back to guard? Is the added weight going to help Parham? Can Glaze survive on the island? Let's watch it all play out. Thank you for watching. See you next time.